Hello everyone, it is Tumblr user Holosuitebuddies. People actually ask me where I get my URL name from, and it's a song off the DS9 collection CD that was just released a couple months ago, and the song is from our man Bashir, and it just kind of depicts Julian and Garak, on the holodeck together, just shooting guns and being cool, but I just really like it because I love Julian and Garak. But, hello. My name is Tori, or Victoria, but only my Latin teacher calls me that. Not even my parents call me that. Everybody else calls me Tori. But I live in Montgomery, Alabama. Technically, I live in Pike Road. It's a little suburb outside of Montgomery. It's about 20 minutes away. It's the country. I live here. I'm actually filming by the pond. This is one of my favorite places to sit. I come out here and I write sometimes, and there's the other half of my yard. I live up there yonder. Oh God, I just said yonder. I have a really bad accent. I'm sorry, but anyway. I am almost a senior in high school. I just finished out my junior year, and I just turned 17 actually a couple days ago, and I work at a little grocery store here in Montgomery. It's like a little chain and that's localized in the South. That's really cool. I meet a lot of people that way, and I like to talk to people, and that's great. But the way I got into this fandom was when my stepdad married my mom. He had this horrible habit of watching Star Trek: The Next Generation every night. And that kind of carried on into their marriage, and I would always lose to the bald man in the chair because they would never play with me because they were always watching Star Trek. But I'm not really sad about that now. But I finally sat down and I gave in. I watched an episode with them because I just didn't really get it as a 10-year-old. But I instantly fell in love with it. The first episode I ever saw was Starship Mine, and that's the one where Picard loses the ship and he has to get it back, and he loses his horse saddle in the process, and I thought that was hilarious. But I was hooked ever since. And then I watched The Next Generation on and off for 7 years straight. I'd probably watch one episode a day, and I watched them all out of order. They would always come on television, but it finally came into my junior year, and I realized that I knew that there were other series out there, but I was like, they can't be as good as TNG. I just refused to believe it. And then I watched Deep Space Nine, and my life was forever changed around October. And then I joined Tumblr, and I found all you marvelous people felt the exact same way about Star Trek that I did. I just thought it just was a gateway to something, humanity just being bigger than ourselves, and we could achieve kind of a level of humanity that we've never unlocked before. But I don't know, I'm not really that deep, so I really can't, get into it. But the sun's coming out. But sorry, I have a note card to help me with all this, because if you can't tell, I have the attention span of a 4-year-old, and all these ants are running over my legs. But anyway, and my hair's blowing into my face. Let's get that out. But my favorite characters, that's hard because I've seen 4 or 5 series, so that's hard to pick. But Data, Julian, Kira, and 7 of 9, just from across the whole board, they're all great. But my captain is Janeway. I'm a Janeway girl. I have a thing for bald captains, but Janeway, you can't argue with that face, so I love that woman. My ships, J7 is probably my biggest one, Janeway and 7 of 9, just because you can't say that's a mother-daughter relationship. You can't. And I really love Garak and Julian. I think they're great. My favorite episode with them is our man Bashir, just because seeing them together on the holodeck is just fabulous. But on a weird day, I ship Kira with her mirror universe self, just because I can, and that's actually really cool. But I love the Intendant. I think she's fabulous. But I also ship Riker with anything that moves, because that just makes sense. So, in Starfleet, I'm not really good at anything, so I'd probably be a barkeeper. I mean, not to say that barkeepers aren't good at anything, but since I'm not good at anything, I would be a barkeeper. I like to talk to people, but I'd probably be a Quark or a Guinan. Probably more like a Quark. But I could also pass for a field medic, like Tom in Voyager, because he wasn't really trained in medicine properly or anything, but he was their field medic, and he could do field dressings, and I can do simple tasks like that. But I also thought about we could bring like a hotel doorman back to the 24th century, and I could like stand in the turbo lift and ask you where you want to go. Like I can take you to the bridge, I can like give the computer all the commands, and I would get to talk to you. So I will serve all the good people that are in Starfleet. So I can be in a service job. I wouldn't mind. But my favorite thing about this fandom is the fact that you guys are so welcoming. I really thought at first that all y'all were gonna be like these physicists and, you know, astronauts on Tumblr. Like, I can't compete with these people. They're all probably geniuses, but you guys are just probably the most welcoming fandom I've ever come into, and I make friends. I made all these friends I talk to on a daily basis, and you guys are great. I really love y'all. I'm sorry this has been a really awkward video, but I'm not really good at videotaping myself, but, you know. So, peace out. This has been my Starfleet personnel file.